Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie Winter and I am a writing coach and accountability coach for writers who aren't writing and it's killing them. This week I'm going to talk about the difference between writer's block and procrastination because I feel like a lot of times there are writers who aren't writing and they're not writing for years and they might call it writer's block. And I feel like more often than not, it's procrastination and not writer's block. And that's why I want to talk about the difference today, because I know in my own history, I spent almost 10 years of my life not writing, and it was absolutely killing me. And at the end of the day, it was procrastination and not writer's block. So, what's the difference? Writer's block happens when you are actively sitting in a chair, staring at a blank page, and you're not able to put anything down on that page. Either because you have no idea what to write about, you're struggling with ideas, or you're struggling with perfectionism. You know what you want to write, but you just can't quite put it into words yet. There are a whole bunch of things in writer's block that keep you from actually putting words on the page. But if you're not able to get yourself to sit down and face a blank page at all, that is procrastination. It can be really uncomfortable to face a blank page and not being able to put words down, or putting words down that you then read and you hate. That's your inner critic talking. Perfectionism is holding you back. But when you can't even get yourself to sit down and face the blank page, let alone consistently every day, that's procrastination winning. And it's often because you're afraid of facing that blank page, so you don't even try. And it's really important to understand which is your problem. Is it the procrastination or the writer's block? So for those of you who are watching this and are like, oh, yeah, it's procrastination. I can't get myself to sit down and face the blank page. That's not writer's block. And there are different tools you can use to get yourself through it. Because if you want to write and you're not writing, you owe it to yourself to figure out how to get yourself to write, and consistently. And that is what I have built my business around, because I am so heartbroken every time I meet another writer or creator who knows what they want to make, but they're not putting the work in to make it. They're struggling at the taking action stage. And I really want to help those people, because it kills me, because I know what it felt like to be in that place for almost a decade, and it sucked. And I now understand what it feels like to be on the other side of that and creating stuff consistently. Creating stuff isn't easy. Like writer's block and creative block, and the frustration of facing that blank page and it feeling like a war on some days, and the very rare days where it feels like a joy because it just comes naturally. Like that's a different set of problems. But when you procrastinate and you avoid creating what you want to create, you're doing yourself a disservice. And so I'm going to offer one really quick tip to help get you through that procrastination. Wherever you are, you can probably snaggle 5 minutes from what you're doing if you're watching this video right now. When you're done watching this video, I want you to turn it off. I want you to either get pen and paper, or even like a note on your phone, or just open up a blank text document on your computer. I want you to set a timer for exactly 5 minutes. And I want you to start with the lines, "It was a dark and stormy night," and I want you to, on purpose, write really badly. Like, give a horrendous description of the most recent dark and stormy night you had in your own personal life. Be that metaphorically or literally. Either it was actually stormy outside or you were in a bad mood. And I want you to write as heinously as you can until that timer goes off. This does a couple of different things. The timer helps you start because you know there is an end. If you don't know there's an end to your effort, starting feels impossible. The other thing, writing badly on purpose, you actually are tasked to like be awful. It helps circumnavigate your inner critic and your perfectionist tendencies. And I think the really interesting thing that happens is you might get to the end and reread it and be like, that's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Which either means you didn't take my instructions to heart enough, because you're really supposed to write badly, or you realize, oh, even my bad writing has some value to it, which is really exciting. But even if it is awful, that means you did the work. And I bet if you then took some time to go back and edit it and take out the awful bits, you'd have something that you were proud of. So, looping back, the difference between writer's block and procrastination is whether or not you are actively trying to face the blank page on a daily basis. If you're not, if you can't even get yourself to sit down and try to write, you're dealing with procrastination. Whereas if you are sitting down and trying to write regularly, but nothing is coming and the blank page is winning, that's writer's block. So, if you're struggling with procrastination and perfectionism, try the exercise I suggested. If you are dealing with writer's block, I have a really amazing resource that I put together on how to tackle your particular brand of writer's block. It's called Writing Coach in Your Pocket, and it's like a coaching session with me, and it runs you through all the questions that I would ask if you were on a call with me, and how I would coach you through your particular form of writer's block once we got to the root of it. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. It's completely free. Just have to drop in your email address and it's all yours. Otherwise, I will be back again with another video sometime later this month. Have a good week. Please subscribe. Click the notification bell if you thought this was extra awesome. And check out the link below. Thanks. Bye.